Welcome in to a special Saturday morning broadcast of the QB Huddle Podcast. I am Tim. I am joined by my co-hosts, Lauren and Brandon. We have all three amigos on today. The podcast produced by New Era Media, syndicated on allaccessfootball.com, and in partnership with FanStream Sports. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can get all of our content. We're here on this fine Saturday morning to discuss the NFL playoffs. They start today, they go into tomorrow and bleed into Monday. I've got one question for the two of you. How excited are you to get this weekend going?
Very
already
excited.
Started, man. Yeah,
It's
feel
on,
like
man.
football
and
already
all of our
started.
teams made the playoffs, except the Cowboys. Well,
He don't claim them. He doesn't claim them.
He's a Bears fan. The Bears.
Birds, that's right. That's right. The Birds. Listen, my first NFL live game was in 1981, I believe, maybe 82. The Bears played the Bengals. The Bengals had the orange helmets, and it said Bengals on the helmet. It just said Bengals. There was no stripes. So there we go. Anyway, can everybody hear? Are we good? Everybody good this morning? What?
Yeah, man, I can hear you.
We got some live fans in the chat.
All right.
We'd love to get it going.
Let's go. We got to get going. We've got a big weekend ahead. We've decided that we're going to cram it all into this morning so we don't bother you all tomorrow morning. So here we go. We've got 2 games today, 3 games on Saturday, 1 game Monday. It starts this afternoon. The Panthers and the Rams play in Carolina. Interesting part about this, the last time these two teams met earlier this year, the Panthers beat the Rams. Before we get into the games itself, let's talk about just playoffs as a whole, some talking points. Brandon, I'll come to you. What are a few things that are critical for your quarterback? Not Brock Purdy, your quarterback, just in general, a quarterback. What is critical for a quarterback in the playoffs to have success?
Well,
in your
number
opinion,
one is not turn the ball over, right?
Oh my
I
gosh.
think
That's
if you
number
got
one answer.
if you got an experienced guy, he understands it's just a game, right? But it's going to be turned up a little bit heavier. Just protect the ball. Take what the defense gives you. Don't try to do too much. In those situations where you have to play hero and you're necessarily not going to slide, pick those moments. Right? If we got in the fourth quarter and it's 3 minutes left and I got to get this first down, dude, lay your body out. Right? So it's one of those things that, we need you healthy for the entire time, but don't get crazy on us. And I know Bryce Young is going into his first playoff game and the lights are bright, right? Cam Newton's, they're all coming back. And I know I'm getting sidetracked here, but just hone the noise, right? You beat this team before. Just play calm. Cool, calm, and collected. That's what I would say.
So, Lo, we've got 2 different types of quarterbacks in these playoffs. We've got some guys that are coming to the twilight of their career. We've got some guys that are entering their career, and we've got some guys that are kind of in the middle that have almost been there, but not quite. And we've got some big names out of the picture. So is it different for each of these types of quarterbacks, or is it all the same? Do they all have the same mission? And is it protect the football, as Mr. Brandon Newey says? And I agree, that is the number one goal of each quarterback. But is it different for a Matthew Stafford or a Bryce Young?
Yeah, some of the stuff. Yeah.
Some of the stuff addressed the question that way.
Nah, he changed the question. So
yeah,
I like what he did. I like what he did. I like what he did. He said with it. I was ready to answer how yours was. And it's funny because I agree with Nuhi. The 2 things that Nuhi named are staples, bro. They're staples for the quarterback. Doesn't matter what situation any of these quarterbacks are in, those 2 things they have to do. Now, it is a different setting and situation for all of these quarterbacks, right?
Right.
What you think Herbert's preparing to go into Gillette tomorrow the same way that Bryce Young? No, Bryce Young's never been there. He doesn't know what to expect. He needs guys around him helping it, right? It's where these vets come in, these mentors, these quarterbacks that we don't even know that are in the room. I found out the other day, I think I was telling Tim, Mark Brunell is behind the scenes in Detroit. I didn't even know that, So these are quarterbacks that are around helping people. I'm curious to see how all of these guys prepare. But specifically, you said it, man. I want to know what is going on with Caleb Williams. I want to know exactly how he prepares for today's game. because knew he said it. I'm having some second thoughts about other matchups. I'm having some second thoughts about them Packers walking up in there. I don't know.
It's a lot of second thoughts for me now that I look at it.
And I hate to go like off script, Tim, but dude, Dolphins just got the assistant GM. LaFleur might be out if he loses this game. He's on his last year of his contract. Malik Willis is balling. You take the pair along with the GM who scouted him and brought him in there, and you go to Miami unless you win today. So I think LaFleur needs to win. That's the matchup.
I don't see LaFleur leaving though.
Why haven't they extended his contract then? They waited all the way. He's not on the books for next year.
Well, they did that with Jordan Love too.
Hey,
they're not one of those teams that got to make big splashes.
It's just spicy. It's just spicy.
It is a spicy one, right? He's just trying to. I don't think he does.
He's trying to
like a 6-1 record versus Bears or 6-2.
I think the Bears might have some flaws.
You're trying to season up this Bears game, and I don't like it.
No. I want you to think of something, Tim. Look, I'm going to leave you with that, Tim. Do you remember a couple years ago when Dallas was supposed to roll over Green Bay? And what happened? What did Green Bay do?
I'll tell you a story.
Tell me that story. How about that?
We like story time.
I'll defend LaFleur here.
I'll tell you a story. So our friend Jack Henry has these amazing seats for the Cowboys games, and he takes us to the Packer game. While we're at the Packer game, we understand that there could be another game at home. So before the game starts, it's, rowdies run around with the flag, the cheerleaders are dancing. I'm excited. And I look to my wife and Jack, and I say, hey, Jack, Cowboys win this. I want to buy the other seats, because obviously he's going to give them to somebody else at that point, right? Fairness is fairness. I'm like, forget that. Here's the money. I want to buy the next game. He's like, you got it. You got it, Tim. All right. Gretchen and I having a great time. We're in the suite. We're eating, right? We're having the best time. She says to me, are you concerned about this game at all? I said, no, the Packers can't play with us. Dak is on a tear. Like, this Cowboys team is this is a team of destiny. This is the team. And then Dak threw an interception that went back to the end zone, right? To our end zone. That's called a pick six. Then he throws another interception. Then Jordan Love comes on the field. He's just slicing and dicing, throwing 15 minutes into the game. Gretchen and I are like, well, guess we don't have to worry about buying tickets to the next game. And yeah. So
yep.
G knows.
I don't know if I've ever been more confident in a win than I was that day in Dallas. And to see it fizzle away so quickly, we were never in that game. I felt, the Packers always make me nervous. I've seen the Packers come to Chicago on a cold, blustering NFC Championship night, watching the game with all my friends, and the Bears lose the game. And the Packers go.
I don't think that weather. I don't think home field matters between these.
That was Aaron Rodgers.
Those two, yeah.
And that's different. We're going to talk about that game later. You got me going now. This is a big
sorry,
game.
Man. This is. I woke up and I just.
You woke up and chose violence. Okay.
I woke up and chose kind of Packerland, maybe, man. Like, the love's healthy. I saw Jacob's tweet. Jacob said, I feel better than I felt all year. I don't know, man.
With all that talk, who has the most pressure this weekend and in the playoffs as a whole? Which quarterback has the most pressure? Is it Jordan Love to get it done today in Chicago? Is it the Patriots? Is it Drake May to bring glory back to New England? Is it Brock Purdy, who's been there but hasn't gotten it done? Who has the most pressure? Josh Allen. Who is it? Who's got the most pressure in this year's playoffs?
The entire playoffs?
All right, I'm going to start. I'm going to give you the lay of the land.
It was me and Nuhi need to think about this.
I want to go with Mr. Josh Allen because everybody wants to talk about how without, Lamar Jackson, who hasn't really been a threat to Josh Allen, but Patrick Mahomes obviously has beaten Josh Allen every time in that scenario. Without those two quarterbacks in, this should be the year, right? I say look over in the NFC and look at Matthew Stafford. We're talking about a guy that is in the twilight of his career. I don't necessarily call it pressure because he's 1-1, but I do call it pressure because that team goes through him. He's got two really good wide receivers. He's got a very good, young, energetic offensive coordinator, right? That team is very good. The defense isn't as good as the last time that they won the Super Bowl. There is no Aaron Donald on the field. I just feel like Matthew Stafford, that Rams team, I feel like he has the most pressure because he may not have another opportunity to be here. All these other guys have opportunities to be back. Matthew Stafford may not. So I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford. And maybe it's not pressure, but I think it's pressure. All right. That's my take for the quarterback under the most pressure over the weekend. And this is a hard game going all the way to Carolina, by the way, almost 3,000 miles.
Sure.
Who do y'all have as the most pressure in this year's playoffs?
Go low.
All right. I'm gonna go on a limb here, right? Pressure wise, I think it's Trevor Lawrence. He's had a good year. He's had a good year. He's playing the guy that we didn't want to talk about, right? The guy that everyone kind of wants to avoid, who's gonna go on a tear no matter where he goes. He's a one-man army, Josh Allen. But Trevor Lawrence has done things all year, and he did it quietly. But the last 2 weeks, eyes are on you. Everybody's paying attention to these Jags now because they slid into a role. They're playing great. He had the last couple games, he was on a tear. I think he has to win this playoff game. He has to. If not, it's like, what did you do for me lately? And I don't know who he's got, and if he does got one, but him, I'm going to tell you my honorable mention. Justin Herbert's right there. They're in very similar situation. They're in very similar situations. So, Nuhi, if you got Herbert, preach about it, man, because they are very similar.
I am. I'm going to preach about it. That was my guy. The one thing I've noticed, as far as when I look at pressure, when I look at pressure, I mean, the Rams, yes, they've already won one, but Bryce Young, hey, second, third-year head coach. You got a lot of second-year, first-year guys, but then I look at the Chargers and I look at Justin Herbert and I look at the Harbaugh year 2 factor. Each year in year 2, they have gone to the NFC. Well, he was in the NFC at that time. They've gone to at least a conference championship game. Herbert has yet to win a playoff game. And we're talking about a guy who is supposed to be an elite top 5 guy no matter what. Now, if you look at the eye test, Herbert stands out completely. One of the best arms. He's good guy, good player, right? Overall, good player. But I will say, man, that stigma is going to follow you if you can't win a playoff game. And if you're so good, you can't overcome some of these deficiencies that you have with maybe a depleted line. Your defense has actually been playing solid this year. You're not a bad 11-6 team. But now you're going to go into New England where their schedule was weak. Can't control who you play, though, right? Same with Niners. But you've got to steal one. If you steal one, that stigma goes away because you just knocked off the number 1 seed team, or number 2 seed team. And if you don't, how do we not look at that and say, man, you're not a top 5 quarterback at all?
Wow.
At all.
What?
Because you just lost. When the first time you went to the playoffs against Trevor Lawrence, you blew a 28-point lead. You can't do that if you're a top 5 guy. Okay, you cannot do that.
I'm going to throw this out there before you guys start putting all this pressure on Justin Herbert and start dragging him down into the mud. Let's look at what this is. I don't think Joe Alt is playing this weekend. He's going up to New England.
I don't care.
I'm not done.
You're making excuses.
He's going up to New England to play Lowe's MVP quarterback, to play your maybe runner-up MVP quarterback in Drake May. I think I've said it all year. The Chargers and the Bears are ahead of schedule. The Chargers, to me, are ahead of schedule. They're not exactly healthy. They had to sit a bunch of guys last week just to try to get somewhat healthy. They
get a pass?
If they lose,
but we didn't get a pass when we went 12-5. What do you mean?
If he plays good enough for them to win and they don't win, that's not on him.
That is on him.
I agree with you.
It's on him.
Okay, so you're saying that
quarterback. You're a game.
Let's see how he plays, not win or lose. Let's see how he performs in his role.
We got to get
one. The Dak concept, the Dak Prescott concept doesn't work here.
This is not.
You don't get to play well with a loss. You don't get to say you played well and lose.
So you mean to tell me that Justin Herbert is not as good as Drake May?
So wait, as much as we were talking about Drake May and the Patriots, you're telling me that if the Chargers don't beat them, then Justin Herbert drops out of the top quarterback conversation?
He drops out of top 5 for sure.
It's top 10 for me.
Top 10?
Yes.
He'll get out of the top 5.
Well, I guess neither of you.
Put it this way: he can float.
He can float.
He can float around. He can float around 7 to 10 if you want, Tim. But you can't just roll up into New England and drop an egg in the playoffs when you had a whole extra week to sit. This was the plan, right?
So you don't expect much from the Patriots.
You wanted us.
You expect the Chargers to come in and win that game because you don't expect much from the Patriots, I guess.
I accept the Patriots to do what they're supposed to do. He's
got to get over that hump, Tim.
That's what I hear.
You're talking about Justin Herbert
playing a weaker schedule, and you're coming in. This is the same. I would say the same if it was over on the West. A team coming in
going to play well.
4 teams.
You can hope that he wins the game.
Whole different thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can hope that he wins the game, but he ain't going to play well.
This parlays into the next question
already.
This is going to parlay into the next question. Now, I had a different answer because we were just going to ask this question for today's games. But I'm going to ask it for the playoffs. I think this is a pretty obvious answer. Which quarterback has to play the best for his team to win the next 4 games, right? Which quarterback has to play the very, very best for his team to actually win games? I'm going to say that's Josh Allen.
It's Brock Purdy.
Okay, you say Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
I think the 49ers could win. They've won without Brock Purdy, so I think the 49ers could win as long as Brock Purdy plays average. That's all he has to do.
Average? What do you mean average? Back-to-back 5 TD games? That's average?
Well, what did he do last week?
I mean, the last time he played average, we lost. We has to play lights out. Tim, we're running on a third-string defense, a preseason defense.
I'm just asking, Brock Purdy to you is more important to the 49ers than Josh Allen is to the Bills.
No, we can't say that. See, you switching it up. You said who had the most. You said
I said who has to play the best for their
team to win. We just have don't we have a leading league rusher up there in Buffalo? James, we forgot about him. I guess he don't exist when it comes to Josh Allen. Right or wrong?
The last couple of weeks.
Hey, you don't want to hear me because I don't think he would exist without Josh Allen. He ain't running the ball like that without Josh Allen.
There you go. Well,
anywhere else, man, he ain't getting the ball like that. But yes, I'll Josh Allen.
He's doing good.
I agree with both. Purdy, without Purdy, bro, like you're not going to win the game. That's what we're talking about here. The 49ers might survive. They might play well. He won't win the game without Purdy. Josh Allen, I'm sorry, they're not even in the playoffs if he's not there. So I understand where Tim's coming from too. For me, there's one man who has a lot of control over their team, but if this quarterback plays terribly, they don't stand a chance at all. And that's Bo Nix. Nix. Sean Payton is a guru. He's going to map out everything possible, but the execution factor comes from Bo Nix. If Bo Nix doesn't play well, he will drop that first game. Right? He's sitting at home watching everything right now. What he don't realize is if Josh Allen wins, that's who's coming to town. That's who's coming to Denver. What he doesn't realize is if Josh Allen wins and the Texans win, Josh Allen's still coming to town, I think. Or no, actually, I think the Texans would, right? Either way, he's hosting a quarterback that is going to play some football, right? If Aaron Rodgers wins, guess who's coming to this? You're still getting Josh Allen. So
I'll tell you the scenario. If Aaron Rodgers and them win, well, we'll get into that here in a little bit. But you were right the first time. It's very possible that the Buffalo Bills could end up going to Denver. I just think I watch the Bills a lot, and when Josh Allen doesn't play Superman ball, even with James Cook having 100 yards in a game, if Josh Allen doesn't turn up the heat, the Bills lose those games. That's just what happens. So to me, everything's going to in Buffalo goes through Josh. And remember, this is their last year at Highmark Stadium. So that while they may not play another game there, it should be great to have a Super Bowl parade kind of in that area for them, wouldn't they? As they close down that stadium, who knows what might happen?
Wishful thinking, brother.
It is very.
You've been saying this for the last 4 years.
Brandon,
Josh Allen.
Give me two spectrums here. We're about to start these games. All right. Look at all of the teams. What quarterback do you trust the most over the next 4 weeks? What quarterback do you trust the absolute least to get your team through?
Damn, that's hard.
It is hard
because it's playoffs.
Playoffs.
I would say, if anything, man, give me Stafford. I trust Stafford the most. If his back's good, I feel he's going to make the right decisions. He's protected. He's going to really control the entire narrative of this NFC playoff run. The quarterback I would trust the least in this situation is probably going to be Bryce Young. He just hadn't been there. He hadn't been there. It's no discredit to his skill set, but it's just like I need Rico Dwaddle to go off. Like I need the run game to. Everything has to be well oiled and groomed right now for him to just operate to where he feels less stress. So they got to hit on every cylinder. Defense has to play real stingy, get turnovers. Yep. I think that's the only way you get the kids' confidence because the lights are going to be bright tonight, even if it's at home.
I love it. I have the same exact answers. I'm not even going into depth because I also trust Matthew Stafford the most, and I also have the least amount of trust in Bryce Young because we've never seen him in this situation now.
Right.
The one thing about Bryce Young, he did play in a national championship in Alabama. That was pre-playoffs. So he didn't have to play 3 or 4 games to get to where he had to go. He just had to play the one game. That was fantastic. We saw him on the big stage, played at Alabama. But
didn't he get his teeth kicked in that game?
Did they not win the national championship with Bryce Young?
They did. I think they did win.
They did?
I think they did. Yeah. Okay.
I thought he won the Heisman.
He played Penix, right? He played
We're going to look it up. We're going to look it up.
No.
No, he didn't play Penix.
He didn't. No.
That was
Mac Jones was the last Alabama quarterback to win.
Oh, yeah.
You might be right.
And he was on that team, but he was the backup.
Didn't Tua come in and win the game when Jalen Hurts got
knows?
He was the backup, and then Tua lost as a starter in the national championship.
Okay.
Why do I know this Alabama history? I don't know.
Anyway. All right, let's move on.
Make it to the NFL.
Who do you trust? Who do you trust the most?
I'll go off. I think Bryce Young was the easy one. We all should agree on that one for sure. Obviously, it's hard to trust that man, but I got another guy that I personally don't trust. The team may trust him, but I'm sorry. CJ Stroud walking up into Pittsburgh, I do not trust this man to go and win you the game. I think the game plan for them is don't try to win the game. Don't try to lose, just don't lose us the game, CJ, right? Protect the ball. You go back to the basics for CJ Stroud in this environment, in my opinion. Stingy defense when it comes to the Steelers. So we'll see what goes on there. He was one that I wouldn't trust him. And I got 2 guys that you should trust in the playoffs. I'm sorry, Tim, you didn't give one, so maybe I can double down on yours. Brock Purdy, man. You've got to trust Brock Purdy in the playoffs. He's been here. He's done that. He knows what he's doing. This is his offense. He can't control the defense. Trust Brock Purdy to control what he can. Give him the game plan. I think he executes it. And I'm going with the other vet on the opposite end of CJ Stroud. The trust has been there. I don't even know who the offensive coordinator is in Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers is who you're trusting to go and score points, to get the game done. He's been here who knows how many times. I like the Stafford pick too, so that's why I went with the vet. You got to choose one of them. You trust them the most. I thought for sure one of y'all would go Drake May for sure because he hasn't been there.
That's where I'm going.
So I wouldn't be upset with that.
I'm going with the rookies. I'm going with all of them. The guys, Caleb, Drake.
Yeah.
You got to go with them because even though they have played well in crucial moments, this is totally different. This is a total different game, right? So do I trust them? Not right now, but you got to give me something to trust. Regular season don't mean shit until when you get in the playoffs, that's it.
Listen,
right? I don't trust CJ like you were attesting, but I do trust my boy Purdy. BP, let's go. You know what to do, BP.
We're all about accuracy on this show. Lo, you and I.
And I trust Jalen.
Brandon was correct. Bryce lost to Georgia in the national title game.
Georgia. Who was it?
Yes.
Stetson?
It was Stetson.
Was it Stetson better?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Because he won in the SEC title game. He came back and won. And then they met back in the Natty and lost.
Yes. Yeah.
That was a bad
Let's get into these games.
College boy.
The first game will be this afternoon. The weather in Carolina calling for rain, perhaps thunderstorms. The travel distance from LA out to Carolina, 2,378 miles. This is not a close trip. What does Matthew Stafford have to do today that he wasn't able to do a few weeks ago to win this game? Brandon?
Can't throw 3 interceptions. Can't lay stinkers. Now, granted, I understand 2 of those weren't on you. Obviously, a terrible game for him, but they have got to get that run game going because if it's going to be wet, there's nasty weather, right? The run game's got to come alive. I think if you can do that and allow Stafford to sit back there comfortable, I think he'll pick them apart. But we also got to realize the Panthers have been a stingy defense this season, and they will surprise you with, multiple pick games. They're top 5 in takeaways. And so you got to look at that and bring that in. I'd say, they got to protect them. because that lower back injury just doesn't magically go away. And so we got to look at that. So Kyron Williams and your boy from Michigan, Blake Corp, they got to get it rolling. They got to get it rolling.
Be a guy today. All right.
Yes.
Low. Matthew Stafford. What does he need to do to get it done today?
He needs to not try to play above the team, in my opinion, and that's how he ends up throwing them picks. Don't try to play hero ball. You got a good squad. Overall, you're better than this Panther team, in my opinion, on all three phases. The defense can be stingy, but that's only if you let them. So don't go out there trying all that crazy stuff, bro. MVP, don't try to chase none of that. You got to play football right now. Winning games is what matters in the playoffs, right? Sure, MVP honors is later, and people still kind of look at these. It's supposed to be regular season, but we all know what's going on. You're going to see real quick who's cream of the crop here. Win the game, move on to the next round, right? This is dangerous, man. You're going into Carolina, right? There's hope. If you think that Carolina's just going to lay down, nah, they're an NFL team. You know, they're still an NFL team that's looking to play ball. And can you imagine if Bryce Young and them come out and bite early? Then you can really feed Dowdle. You score early, you can start feeding Dowdle. You can start feeding the running backs that you got over there. So I don't know, man. I think he needs to play within the offense. Let McVay do his thing this round, and just play ball, Stafford. Have you a clean game. Don't turn it over, man. That defense.
I just want to point out, because we have this picture up here. Look at how the ball looks in Matthew Stafford's hands compared to how it looks in Bryce Young's hands. It looks like
those
are two different sizes.
A little bit.
They look like they're two different sized footballs, but they're not.
Hey, well, let me tell you something too. One man looks scared, and the other looks like I'm about to throw this TD. And Stafford can't be wide-eyed today, okay? He can't be looking like this today.
Stafford's looking straight. Stafford's
seeing ghosts,
but he's going to throw off.
Stafford's one of the best throwers in the history of the game. I don't think the weather affects him.
I'm hyping up this game.
Got to keep him up.
This is the worst game of the weekend to me. I think that Matthew Stafford just has to protect the football, be an MVP. Let me break out. Let's talk about the last time they matched up. The Panthers controlled the time of possession, 35 minutes to 24 minutes. That's going to be a big thing, and Waddle's going to have to be a big part of that. Earlier this season, the Panthers won that matchup. Stafford turned the ball over. Bryce did not. In fact, Bryce Young was on fire that week as he threw 3 touchdown passes against this Rams defense. That wasn't that long ago, fellas. It's going to be rainy, terrible weather, kind of chilly. I don't know. Maybe this is set up for the upset of the weekend. Let's talk about it because we want to talk about all the games. So we got to go through this a little bit. Bryce Young, what does he need to do to win today? Lauren?
Bryce Young, he needs to play his best game of the year. He needs to be confident in his throws. He needs to lead his team. He needs to be a leader. Let me start with that. I don't even care about the football part. If he can't go out there and lead the team and start looking like crazy and looking like a kid again, this is going to go bad real quick. Go out there and play like you belong, bro. You're a playoff caliber quarterback right now. Said this, I feel like I've been talking about Bryce Young every week, man. He's grown up. We no longer call him his old name. You're an NFL QB1. Now you're an NFL QB1 that's in the playoffs. So go do something, man. Walk with some confidence. Walk like you belong here. The whole world don't think you belong. Show them that you belong. Compete and see what happens against a great. Can you imagine if Bryce Young goes down as the one that gave Matt Stafford his last playoff loss? Like, wow.
Okay.
Seize the moment, man. Seize the moment.
What does Bryce have to do today?
Well, obviously take care of the football. I think that from his end, especially coming off of 3 TDs, no interceptions. Now, he threw the ball 20 times. I think he's had multiple games where he's thrown multiple touchdowns and no interceptions. One game being Atlanta where he threw for like 400 yards. It was pretty crazy. But also he gave you 23 on the ground. And I think his ability to extend plays and get first downs and not take the unnecessary hit, that's going to be paramount to his success. But I also think when you look at it from that run game, if you go back, they were over 152 on the, or excuse me, they were over 164 on the ground. Now, they didn't have any touchdowns. So Chuba Hubbard, Rico, and Bryce both accounted for that. So and one of the things that you did point out, Tim, the time of possession, you've got to keep that guy off the field. Because that guy off the field, you give him 4 minutes left in an offense, regardless if it's a 2-minute drill or in the first half or the 2-minute drill, and he's going to find a way to move the ball. And so you play the Peyton Manning syndrome. You keep them off the field, right? What's the best way to beat them? Keep them off the field because they're going to get theirs. And is Devontae Adams healthy this week? Is that old hammy worn back because he took 2 games off?
Yeah.
Right. So that's going to be a huge factor. I think that defensive back and receiver matchup is going to be gold. Right.
Hammy or not,
Stafford's
throwing 1 yard
good
touchdowns.
receivers. I think Bryce right now just really has to take care of the football here and not dance so much. Just do what got you there. But they're also coming off a loss. So
this is what I'll say about this entire game. And Bryce Young. For them to win the game, Bryce Young, I think, will have to play above his head a little bit. He'd have to do some spectacular things at some point in the game. The way the Panthers backed into the playoffs, losing the last game they needed to win to assure themselves to getting in because Atlanta beat New Orleans in a very tight game. I don't think, we talk about swag and confidence. I don't think the Panthers have that right now. They kind of back their way into these playoffs while the Rams are coming in and they're looking to do damage. I look to this game as who's the more polished quarterback, who has the most experience in these types of situations, and it's Matthew Stafford. Rain, no rain, doesn't matter to me. The other thing about that game where they beat the Rams, they were 3 for 3. The Panthers were on 4th down conversions. So you would have to almost duplicate that in my mind to come off with a win. I don't think they're going to be able to. So for me today, I've got the Rams winning this game because of Matthew Stafford. And I think the Rams are just a better team, especially offensively, regardless of the weather.
What week was this? What week was this? What are we talking about
week
here?
16 or 15?
Yeah, it was like 15 or 16.
Yeah,
it was in Carolina.
Bryce is rolling. They're not. I'm sure they've gotten better, in my opinion, every week. Even if they've lost, I think that team's gotten better because they learn and they're young. I'm sorry. There's a guy out there at number 4. Just throw it up to him. I don't see any DBs on the Rams that are stopping him. That's 2 guys that he's going to account for. If they can come out and hit him in the mouth early, I think this home field's going to take a hit. I think it's going to feel it. And if Matt Stafford feels any type of pressure, even if it's pressure of being down 2 scores at any point in the game, that's where he starts to have some flaws. You know what I mean? He's a vet quarterback. He's not in too many situations where he has to climb out of a hole. So we'll see. One mishap by the defense or special teams, and this game could turn pretty quickly into a catch-up game for the Rams, who like to run the ball. They pass too, but we all know where that passing comes from in a McVay.
So who you got? Man, are you saying the Panthers are going to win?
I'm going to go with the Panthers, man. I'm going with the Panthers today. I posted something on TikTok weeks ago. Before the season, I said the Panthers were going to make a splash. Posted it. I had to go back and repost it on TikTok the other day.
And they have kind of made a mini splash.
Oh, it's a splash. They just won. When's the last time they won? Since Cam Newton? That's a splash. I don't care how big the cannonball is.
Since 2016, right? They haven't won a playoff.
It was a Bryce Young cannonball. You're not going to get like all of these crazy waves. It's just a nice little bloop. You know what I mean? He's here. I think he shows it today. And if he can steal it from Stafford, oh, man, talk about May for MVP. I'm going Panthers today.
All right. Brandon?
The Rams. That's who I got.
I knew he didn't believe a word. That's it.
I think they're going to – I think it'll be a competitive game in the beginning. But I think the experience of the Rams will at least give it by, I'd say, 7 to 10 points.
7 to 10. Ooh. All right. Well, I don't think it's going to be even that close. I think the Rams offense is going to explode. If it is a thunderstorm, maybe things change a little bit. But I think the Rams can run the game too. Like I said, I got the Rams. I see the Rams winning this one. It's not, the lower seed wins. Love that. We need some lower seeds to win today. If you're the Chicago Bears, one of those lower seeds have to be the 49ers tomorrow. Let's continue to move through.
I'm definitely getting a jersey. Bryce Young wins. I'm getting me.
He's getting a Bryce Young jersey.
If he wins, I'm getting it. No doubt.
Can't wait to see that. Game 2 today, the nightcap. Right, we're going to start rolling through these a little bit faster. The Green Bay Packers have to travel. It's like a 4-hour trip down south. I say down south. It's going to be a high of 38 today in Chicago. Should be around 32 at kickoff. 15 to 18 mile an hour winds. Make it feel like it's 10 to 18 degrees, and there could be snow. I love all this. This is, if anything, this is the way the Bears-Packers game should be. In this sort of weather, freezing cold. I wish I was there. It's a little too cold even for me. Probably we got to go out in the freezing cold here in a little bit today because it is really cold here in Dallas. What does Jordan Love need to do today, Lauren, to have a shot to beat down the Chicago Bears?
Well, I hope he's already done it. And to me, it was availability. It was stay healthy, be the best that you can be going into this game. As far as football goes, I hope he's prepared because I think it's preparation. That's how you beat them in a setting like this. It's going to be a football game. If the Packers can do what they want to do as far as Jacobs in the run game and it opens up Love's play action, I don't care how good and stingy that Chicago defense has been. This is Bears versus Packers. Throw all the stats out the window. It's 0-0. Week 1. It's the Packers versus the Bears, and what's going to happen today. That's all that matters, right? In retail, we got a saying, okay? It's called SWAT. Anybody know what that is? Retail world. It's sell what's available today. The Packers and the Bears are going to play everyone that is available today. All the plays are on the table. All the schemes are out there. This is going to be a game where Love has to control his team, do what he does. If he goes for 3 touchdowns, they probably win this game. He has to look at it that way. Not many games where Love goes for three or four tutties. I don't want to say 4, just 3. 3 is a number against the Bears because that puts the pressure on Caleb. And I don't know if Caleb can handle pressure in the playoffs yet. We just haven't seen it. And he's the one that you're scared, right? He's trigger happy. He doesn't like being down. He wants to make the big play. Well, you don't always need the big play. It's too early for the big play. Play football. And I don't know, man. I got some mishaps coming from Mr. Paint His Nails, Caleb. So I can't see it today.
All right. Wow, Brandon, that was a lot to take in right there. What needs to happen today for Jordan Love? What does he need to do to go in and upset the Chicago Bears today?
Well, I think for one is he's finally healthy, right? He hasn't played since December 20th, since that head-to-head concussion. But he also, one thing I've noticed about Jordan Love since kind of uncovering his games versus the Bears, he has 9 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So I feel very confident in his ability to play in these big games, right? He's got a great feel for it. You got a healthy Josh Jacobs coming back. I don't think the elements are going to be a big issue. Obviously, you can't turn the ball over. That's the theme of this show. Do not turn the ball over. So with that, and he doesn't. He rarely does against these guys. So I just think he needs to play complementary football and just capitalize on mistakes that the Bears make, because there will be mistakes. That's still a young team. They're very emotional behind this. This is their first playoff since Mitchell Trubisky.
They nervous?
They're going to be nervous, man. And these elements play no factor. Green Bay plays in actual probably colder weather. So it's I just think he's just got to control what he can and, get that run game going and make a few splash throws. So if he does that, I think they run away with it. If he starts turning the ball over, shit's going to get real.
Well, that's what the Bears do best. Not recently now. This defense has taken its lumps over the last couple of weeks.
Cooled down for sure.
Down some corners. There's injury bug has hit a little bit, but
Purdy showed they could bleed is what happened. He put that 40 piece on them, let them know real quick.
Well, they bled, didn't they?
Woo! Last time the Bears
was leaking.
Yeah. The last time they led the league in turnovers. Let's not forget they went to the Super Bowl. And there we go. Plus 22 for Chicago. Like, that is an insane number. 7 more than the Texans, who have had maybe the best pass rush over the last month and a half in the NFL. Jacksonville's up there, Steelers, Rams. I mean, all the teams in the playoffs outside of the Bills and the Packers and the Chargers and, well, the Patriots and the Eagles. Everybody else, double digits and plus turnovers. That is an awesome stat, very telling stat. Panthers -2. That's probably going to kick them today. The Broncos -3 could really affect them, especially if they have to play Josh Allen. But look at the 49ers, -6. -6, Brandon. That is
look at us, Tim, and we still kicked your ass. Next.
You did not kick the Bears' ass.
Win.
You beat
won.
the Bears. You beat the Bears. You not kicked
beat y'all.
There's a difference.
We beat
Did you
you.
just run the Bears out the building? Is that what you did? Did you run the Bears out of the building, or were the Bears at the 2
You got
yard
hurt,
line
and then
ready
you
to win the
flubbed to
game?
Detroit.
Okay.
So obviously
right.
something happened.
Doesn't matter. They're not.
We left
Hey,
gas
hey,
leaking
fun
and
little nugget. This is a
Detroit
cool
spread you all
turnover
over the floor.
differential. Hey, this is a fun little graphic right here. I just want to make
Yeah.
note the season ended and Aaron Glenn and the Jets did something no other team has ever done. They had 0 interceptions on the season.
Facts. Congratulations to the Jets.
0, bro. I find that so
0.
hard to fathom.
So-
there are players out there that doubled up. You know,
Here's another one.
wow.
You know, the Texans are the only ones to hit in also turnover differential, but also they're the number 1 team versus third down. And
Wow.
normally the team versus who's ever the number 1 team versus third down normally wins the Super Bowl.
Uh-oh.
In those
we
two
don't trust
categories.
either.
And the Texans meet every single requirement. That's crazy,
Yeah.
isn't it?
The
That is
NFL is
a
breaking
little
all these things that we're used
Man,
to.
it's
They're
like,
clearly
okay,
leaning
so
on
the
getting
Texans that good?
Mm.
Yeah.
Think
They are
about it,
pretty
guys.
good.
Third down, they lead in third down conversion, and they lead defensively in third down conversion,
How did we get to
and
the
the turnover
Texans?
differential. That is
Because they're number
prime
2
playoff
on this list.
championship.
How does our show have ADD? We went from the Bears-Packers game to talking about the Texans. Oh my goodness. Let's get back to the Bears-Packers game because that's the game. That's the game of the day. Today's Saturday. This is the game
For sure.
everybody wants to watch tonight. I mean, you guys are going to be watching this game. This is the game that everybody wants to tune into because it's Caleb, it's Jordan, it's excitement. Bears-Packers, oldest rivalry in sports. Guess what? They've only played twice in the playoffs, folks. Twice.
Bro, nothing's exciting about this matchup besides
You're
your
crazy.
Nobody gives 2 shits about
Did you
the
just
Bears.
hear what I
Packers.
said? The oldest
Hey,
rivalry in sports.
You know what I want to see?
It's probably
You know
going
what
to
I
be
wanna see?
the least
I
watched
just
prime
want
time
to see.
game.
I just
bet
want
you
to
it's
see
not.
this weather. The weather
Bet
is
you
very
it is.
intriguing to me. I want to tune into this weather. I want to see 2 football teams play in this type of setting, and the 2 teams that are probably most comfortable in these settings are playing. So I'll take it. I just don't want to hear the excuses. Oh, well, it was snowing.
it's gonna be
it was
excuses.
cold. It's
From
the
Green Bay.
same thing.
What does
We'll
Caleb
see.
need to do, Lauren? What does Caleb need to do to win?
Well, he's got to wear a glove. He's probably gonna have to wear a glove because it's cold, right? Caleb is gonna.
He's not going to
he
cover
can't-
up the nails, is he?
He can't play hero ball. That's what I'm saying. Caleb can't do
Get
that
some
in this
Jack
game.
Frost
The Packers
nails.
win. If he plays outside of Ben Johnson's offense today and does Caleb things, they lose this game. You don't need the late game finishes. You don't need none of that. If it comes down to that, you got a big problem. They need to run the ball. They need to play out. They're the same team, in my opinion. They're the same offensively team. Like they both got to run the ball effectively. They both want to open up the play action. They both have quarterbacks that are dynamic. I don't care what no one says. Jordan Love can run the ball. He's very good at manipulating the pockets where he doesn't have to. Caleb's great. Obviously, one of the best escape artists we've seen, but it's cold, man. You're not that step slower. Everyone's on the even playing field. He just can't get too excited. Don't let the moment be too big for you, Caleb.
Brandon, you've been watching Caleb since Oklahoma days. What does he need to do to win in this game today against the Packers?
Well, this is his biggest game since college, right? He's a rookie going in this thing. Don't turn the ball over, but here's my issue with Caleb. We wait until the last minute to finally do the right things. And I told you guys that is going to bite him in the ass later down the line. And here it is. It's more of this, you have got to get ahead and you've got to keep the foot on the gas. You can't continuously go 20% on third down, all these 3 and outs. You can't do that because if you give these guys an opportunity, which they're one of the youngest teams, Green Bay, they average 25 years old, shit, damn near like Indiana, right? You give these young guys another opportunity, they'd have already chased playoff wins. It may get ugly real quick. So Caleb's really just got to harness everything in, control the offense, really focus on that 14-play script. But when it's off script, manage it. Do the best you can to sustain drives. That is how you're going to win playoff games. We can't get down by 17 and, we got to make this miraculous comeback. You guys do that literally every game. It's cool to watch, but is it sustainable? It's not. And then the playoffs, you just can't do that because they're all thinking, oh, man, Caleb's going to come back. And it's just a different type of beast when it comes to playoff football. So he's really got to control himself and not play Superman ball and be alert if he has the FUGB on his nails this week, because he does that. He did it with Notre Dame. He did it with Cal. He did it with a few other teams back in college. And he had a FU Texas.
Oh,
be alert on
so
that.
Rude. That's
if
so
he
rude.
brings that type of energy, look out.
All right, so let me ask both of you, after all that, we've got a 2020 game going into the fourth quarter. Out of the two quarterbacks, who do you trust most in the fourth quarter? Who do you trust late today?
Jordan Love.
Okay. Yeah, I would have just shut down the whole thing.
Tell me how many.
You're living in excitement. You're living in excitement world.
And how many has he lost? I can
only say that. But I know that I trust in what I've seen in Caleb Williams, and I trust that he's going to get it done today. I trust Caleb Williams is the guy.
How can you trust in a late game roll right, jump out of bounds, throw it across your body, and hope that someone catches it? Right? I hear you. Oh, okay. But all the moments that you're talking about, when it's 20-20, Caleb does some crazy stuff, and the craziness doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen in playoff football. It doesn't. Everyone takes it up a notch. Caleb's going to learn today that playoff football is different, and I hope that there's guys around him in that locker room that have told him, because this is one of those days where people will mistake his confidence for arrogance. Are you nervous? Right? Everyone saw that clip. Hey, how nervous are you right now, bro? I don't get nervous. Yeah. That's cool to say. But in the playoffs, oh yeah, you're nervous.
Does he have any veterans on that team outside of DeAndre Swift and Bynum that have actually been to the playoffs?
I think Swift was one of the ones that I was going to name too.
Eagles. It was the Eagles, and then Bynum was with the Eagles too when they went on that run. So these are the only two guys. One have won, one have lost. Can they keep him cool? Because you got Johnson. A lot of young players, man. Everybody's excited. They don't know what's going on. The lights are bright. And they're even
next thing you know, you look up and it's 14-0.
You be like, oh shit! Now we're panicking.
No.
Now we get away from the run game. Ben Johnson, control it, dog. Control it.
I can tell you right now that atmosphere is going to be insane.
Nuts.
There hasn't been a home playoff game in Chicago for quite some time. The atmosphere is going to be insane. Here's the last 10 matchups.
Oh, man.
Wow, that hasn't looked good. That's not good.
I see you be friends with that one. Look at that, Tim. Bask in it. Look at that. And you don't think for a second that
I'm still taking Chicago to win the game today.
I'm going to switch it up here. And from the looks of it, it's not bear down. There's a bear that is down. I tell you what, look at that. Wow. There is a bear that is down.
Crazy throw that won the game at the end.
This here that's on the screen is embarrassing. I don't like it. We're going to change it. We've got to start today. You see the Bears 24-22. They won the last matchup. Listen, they played not once in 1941, 1 week after Pearl Harbor, the attack there. The Bears won 33-14. In 2010, the Packers traveled to Chicago to play the NFC title game. We all know that the Packers ended up here in Dallas to play the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Super Bowl as they beat the Bears. Today's the day. Today's the tiebreaker. We don't know how many more times the Bears and the Packers will play a playoff game. I don't care about what's on the screen, all these wins. 9 out of 10, that's fine. I can do math. That's great. Chicago wins today. Bear down. Sing the fight song all night long. Go Bears. I'm very confident. Lauren, Brandon, who do y'all got?
When's the last time y'all won a playoff game?
Man, it's been a minute. That doesn't matter.
He said 19.
When was the last time?
Hey, we're not living in history.
When is the last time?
Now. I don't know.
Was it 20 years ago?
No. The Bears went to the Super Bowl in 06. Let's not forget.
Yeah,
bro, that's 20 years ago.
God, that is 20 years ago.
Yes. 20 years ago.
Man. I remember that year.
I think if you interview anybody, if I was Jordan Love right now and you said, hey, what's it going to take to beat a bear? A pack. That's what it's going to take. A pack.
Ooh.
And that's what they're going to be smoking on that night. A bear pack. They're going to have a bear pack.
I'm the only one.
They go, J Love going to be.
Yeah, you the only one, man. I think the Bears, I don't think they beat them. It's too many young guys out there. And that
cheese
team,
heads.
while the Packers are young, they've already got playoff wins.
They've been here before.
And this is like their time to strike. It's like, hey, it's this year and next year.
And they did creep into the playoffs, but they did that by sacrificing health. They're healthy, bro.
We're the youngest team
Micah,
in the NFL.
That's cool. No Micah, that hurt. But now it's motivation. The wounds done been packed in. Now they're like, let's do it. So
if Love can stay healthy, I think they got a shot for real.
Now, if they lose, LaFleur going to Miami. Sorry.
I don't like any
of this.
Nugget in there.
I don't like any of what you guys are saying right now.
They're going to make that same move from McDaniel to LaFleur? Same offense?
Different offense.
Under the same
different
tree?
Offense.
They're under the same
It
tree.
is under the same tree, but people sleep on is McDaniel was a run game coordinator. He wasn't.
He was a pass game coordinator.
No, McDaniel was a run game coordinator. LaFleur is the pass game coordinator. Yeah, McDaniel was a run game guy. That's why they run it over there with A-Chain, and they're good to go. He opened it up. They're all Shanahan guys, but McDaniel was a run game coordinator. That's what he's good at, running the ball.
I have a feeling we'll see Mike McDaniel as an OC for somebody.
Yeah, the 49ers. He's going to crawl right back. He's going to crawl right back to the 49ers.
Hey, man, I know my squad. He was a passing game coordinator.
See?
Oh, well.
Better stay in your lane, Low.
Could have fooled me. My man is a run game coordinator.
Both of them are. Mike, you weren't wrong about it. Mike was a pass game coordinator. They're both are.
There you go.
I think
you have
LaFleur's
A-Chan. How do you not run with that?
I mean, it's not. It was throwing the ball to him, really. So Miami's got a whole thing of other problems. That's why they're in the playoffs anyway.
Oh,
we'll talk about that later.
Back out of this. All right, let's
baby. Packers, who
I got you. Packers.
My man's got the Panthers and Packers.
Hey, all I can tell y'all is that both of y'all better have your phones on silent tonight, because I will not be shy to text the Bear fight song, the Bear down, the Go Bears. Did you see that throw? Did you see that touchdown? Go Bears! Did you see that interception? Did you see that fumble recovery? Did you see the sack fumble? I'm so excited I can't even talk. It's all Bears all night tonight. That's all I can tell you.
If I was filthy rich, I would have someone deliver you a nice cheese board right while you're watching the game.
Hey, listen, I'm
drop
gonna
it
be
right in front of you.
Tonight,
we'll
I'm ordering some Rosati's pizza from Flower Mound. That is a Chicago pizza place. They are originated from Chicago, so we got some cheese to eat. So we're gonna cheese down. We're gonna grate some cheese. It's all themed here tonight at the Smith household as we watch the Bears take down the Packers.
Low, I stand corrected. You were right, sir.
Oh my goodness. Maybe Brandon should stay in his lane. Brandon was
stay in my lane.
Oh my gosh.
Football acumen.
Hey,
I'm trash.
Floating into something else. Oh my
God. Don't worry.
So
McDaniel's coming back.
Coordinator. He was the run game after Mike left. He was the passing. Then he went a little bit passing, but primarily run. Then he went to offensive coordinator.
He's going back to the 49ers.
You know, damn well he wasn't offensive coordinator.
Exactly my point.
Let's
or
move
a head
on.
coach.
We got to kind of smush in the Sunday games real quick. We're not going to go in quite as deep, although I say that, but we are, because we've got two teams playing tomorrow that are the favorite teams of these two hosts, Brandon and Lauren. So, Lauren, we come to you first. No, we do not. No, we don't. We don't. Your game is the last game. Right. I'm going to go first because the Bills and my Josh Allen Bills take on the Jaguars tomorrow. So I'll start with that one. It's going to be, it could be a little rainy, but it's going to be kind of warm, but it could be a little rainy. That to me plays out in the Bills' favor. Listen, everyone says that because these other quarterbacks are out of the AFC this year, Josh Allen has to get it done. I look at these two teams, two different trajectories. I think the Bills have been there, done that. I've seen them go on the road and win games. I've seen them go on the road and lose with 13 seconds left to Patrick Mahomes. I've seen this Jaguar team. They're not the Buffalo Bills. They are not the threat to end the Buffalo Bills season. Trevor Lawrence is not that guy yet. I look today, or tomorrow rather, the early game for the Buffalo Bills to go into Jacksonville because they are on a mission. They are on a mission. They want to end up in Foxborough. They really do. They want to come back there. So I look today ahead to tomorrow for the Bills to beat the Jaguars. Lauren? What say you?
Nah. I got Trevor Lawrence and company handling Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen tries. You're always going to get Josh Allen trying. But right now, there's just not enough around him. They went all in to think that he doesn't need receivers. He doesn't need a D. I like their defense. It's okay. But he still needs another receiver or two. Cook is going to – they're not going to let you run the ball. Their front six in Jacksonville, they're two of them are first and second year players, I believe. It's not happening. I think it's going to be tough. And if Josh Allen does win this, it's because he got the ball last. And I don't know, man. I got Jacksonville.
You got Jacksonville.
At home.
Okay.
At home.
I don't think it matters to the Bills where it is. And I don't see what you see. But that's good.
Duval.
Brandon, what do you see? Duval Black. Bills Mafia. Yep. We're going to you.
So we got a rookie head coach coming in, Liam Cohen, which is like one of the first ever win 13 games. But one thing that he does have in favor prior to Josh Allen's top 4 offense is they got a top 5 scoring defense. That is important because points matter in this one, right? Because we all know Josh has to play Superman, has to play incredible for the Bills to win. But low, I think they can run the ball. Jags are 20th in run game on defense. I think they can press the issue there. And if they can do that, how do you defend that? It's going to be hard. It's going to be real hard. Then you're going to get Trevor Lawrence to play out of character, right? Do things that are out of his control. He's going to have to play Superman. He's not really used to doing that. Travis Etienne has been a great asset to him as far as the run game goes. And he also have a couple of more backs. But I think this is this comes down to a turnover. It's which quarterback is going to turn the ball over more. And I think Josh Allen so much, he might do it. He might turn the ball over.
He's done it. We've seen it.
He realizes he has to play Superman ball. And if you look at this, he plays bad statistically or historically versus AFC South teams. Just does. I don't know why, but he goes into that climate. He's expected to play phenomenal. And in Florida, Josh Allen, I think, is he's pretty much the king of Florida in his career. He's lost a few games in Miami, but I think the Jags walk away with this one, man. I think they're on a heater. I think they're out to prove everybody wrong. I think Trevor Lawrence has finally stepped up. It looks like he does love football. I used to think he didn't, but the guy looks like the freshman I saw from Clemson. And now this is more mature version of him. It's just man. Because the other 2 years at Clemson, I didn't want nothing to do with him.
Don't you love when you see a quarterback? Yeah, when you see a quarterback that is taking it from a job, right? It's his job. It's what he's doing.
Yeah, like he's just
passion. The passion, that fire comes back. Oh man, it changes them. It changes them.
Did you see what he said in the huddle versus the Broncos when they went to play with the Broncos? They was like, "Hey, I don't give a shit who it is. We're about to punch them in the effing mouth, and we're gonna show them who we are. Don't care who they are." I was like, "Oh shit, okay, T-Law.
Like, who is this? Yeah, like
who is this?" And hung a 30 piece on him. I'm telling you, man, Trevor's had a very quiet run. I mean, if Stafford and Drake May didn't do what they are doing right now, he's every bit in the MVP talk.
Yeah, you're talking about.
He finally got his completion percentage up, but he's climbing a little bit better. But I think this is his best year, man, and he can get it done. Remember, last time he was in the playoffs, he led a 28-point comeback.
It's true.
Against Justin Herbert. So give me the Jags in this. Josh Allen has to play too much hero ball. They can't overcome the turnovers or deficiencies, and Jags win this by 3.
Oh wow! So I'm the only one on the Bills train here. If that happens,
every year you are.
If that happens, in all likelihood, the New England Patriots would then host the Jacksonville Jaguars in a week from now, which may be better for them than any of the other options that they could have. So, wow,
it don't matter.
And that's what the Jags fall. They're not going up there playing.
You're coming to Gillette. Okay. Jacksonville? Where are you from? Jacksonville? Where are you playing? Foxborough. Yeah, no, cold. Don't want to do it.
The next game tomorrow, the afternoon delight, is the San Francisco 49ers travel to Philly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the weather is going to be like in Philly just yet. Brandon, do you know what the weather in Philly is going to be tomorrow? Let me tell you really quick.
It's going to be cold, and I think it's raining.
That sounds about, yep. So right now it's 43 degrees and raining in Philadelphia.
I've been looking at it.
Tomorrow it'll be 45 degrees and sunny. So not quite as bad. Why don't you go ahead as our 49er insider, give us a breakdown of tomorrow's game. 49ers facing off with the Eagles tomorrow.
This is going to be a battle, but we've been in this situation before. They've been denied, right? They didn't think they were going to be here. Hell, I didn't either, but here we are, right? Eagles are coming off a loss, even though they rested the players. I do worry about that. That is a big concern of mine with rested players coming in, and they're playing at home. They got the crowd behind them. We all know Philly's a nightmare to go play at, especially from a fan perspective. But one thing that really concerns me is Trent Williams may not play. And we are 6-11 when Trent Williams is out. And we're over 80% when Trent Williams does play. So that worries me. However, is Jalen Carter playing?
As far as I know, he's playing. Let's see.
Yeah, I think he was playing. He was set to come back last week.
So Vic Fangio normally gets Shanahan like crazy, but the biggest X factor is going to be Christian McCaffrey.
Jalen Carter has been cleared.
Yeah, so he's the biggest X factor in this game. If Brock can play Brock ball, he's going to have to play some of his best football, right? He's going to have to protect the ball. I really think we can steal one out of here just because if we get up ahead and try to get 30 on them real quick, I think the Eagles are going to press and they're going to force Jalen to get out of his comfort zone and make him throw 30 times a game. Maybe he makes it happen. He's one of the most clutch quarterbacks in the playoffs. He's got over a 70% playoff win percentage. So we can't look at that. He's one of 3 Super Bowl quarterbacks that are appearing in these playoffs. So experience does matter. But I do feel in my heart, fanboy here, I do think we can sneak away with a field goal.
Okay.
I do.
You left one off.
Turn the ball over, we're getting blown out.
Oh, I love the rant of Jalen. Tim wanted to throw up. I could see it, the lump in his throat. Wanted to throw up as you're talking about Jalen, but I loved it. Just wanted to add one little tidbit to that. Reigning Super Bowl champion.
Reigning.
Correct.
MVP too.
So, yeah. So this guy's going to handle business. I'm sorry, Nuhi. You said it though. I think the game is won or lost in that first quick couple series, because if the 49ers turn it up, and yes, you want the Philly to play catch up, they're in the right spot. But there's a risk of trying to turn it up with no Trent Williams, right? That turn up could quickly turn into a turnover. It could come into a turnover early. So, ouch. Yeah, when you look at that way, it's not.
But Lane's inactive too.
Yeah.
Both
but
under
9 and 16.
So this is really a coin toss if we can look at it from an O-line.
Yeah, and this is where I go. This is where I go when it's at home. You talked about traveling for other teams. I think we need to talk about it now too. Yeah, they got to travel all the way over there. I think they stand a chance. I don't think it's a blowout by any means. But I think Philly they control this one. I think Saquon has a better game than Christian, which matters.
It's not due to all over us.
They're just banged up, man. The 49ers are happy to be here. You hate to say it that way. They're going to try to steal one.
Real.
They're trying to steal one. Yeah, I think Nuhi was pretty real about it right there. It's trying to steal one.
I want my team to win, but
it's going to be a road. But man, can you imagine if they do? You know,
I'm gonna go crazy because I know we're going to Seattle and kicking their teeth down their throat.
All right,
so let's see.
I'm here for the San Francisco promo. If we get that,
I've got the WWE promo.
But look, Lo, I'm kind of with you on this one. I've been thinking about this game a lot, and initially I was thinking 49ers, but they're beat up. The Eagles have been kind of up and down. They've taken us on a roller coaster this year, but they typically tend to straighten out when it comes to the playoffs. They did rest everybody last week, which is going to, I think, ironically, is going to hurt them because they drop into that 3 seed, and now they go and win this weekend. It could end up, if ever, people do what they're supposed to do, that they have to go to Chicago next week when they would get a second home game. So I look to the Eagles. I think the Eagles are too much this weekend for San Francisco. I think the Cinderella shoe falls off the 49ers.
They've been a flat team all year. They've been flat. And the
They
Eagles
do
team
this,
last
though.
year.
But this is what
the
they
Eagles
do.
team
Exactly.
Last year was on a buzzsaw, and they hit on all cylinders. And the team that gets hot in December are the teams that normally thrive. We just had a hiccup.
No, I think that was more than a hiccup last week.
We had a hiccup.
I think that was more than a hiccup.
Zero touchdowns is more of a.
I get it. I get it, gentlemen. But do you realize, like, that's the second game Brock has lost versus Seattle in his career? Like, do we realize that?
Is he still crying about it, or is he ready to go?
He
He took
probably
it off
is,
already.
shit. I need you to strap up those Ariat boots, man, and get going. Because if we come out firing, they're in trouble. They're in big trouble if we come out firing.
I can agree with that, but
I don't think they can keep up.
I can agree with that, but if they come out firing,
they don't know what's going on with their offense.
If they come out firing and turn it over early, oh man, it could get ugly for the goal.
Well, we said that they turned it over early against Chicago and still were able to make it a game. But one thing the Eagles do is they can stop the run, and the one thing that they can do on offense is they can run the ball. So I think the Eagles have the matchup here. I just think it's too much for the 49ers.
If you're a prize pick guy, take McCaffrey on the receiving yards.
Over.
Okay.
Over.
Got
you. Yeah, you got to throw him the ball in the backfield.
As high as it'll let you go. As high as it'll let you go, too. As high as it'll let you go. No matter what the basis is, keep going. Get the times 10 if you can. Take the over on McCaffrey's pass. The dump off will be there all night.
All night. And Vic Fangio's defense, I mean, that check down is there all day. They're going to play match. They're going to disguise a little bit better. We're not going to get downfield. We're not going to press the ball down the field. This is very going to be much of a dink and dunk game, so don't be surprised if that's all he does.
Kittle reception. I think the over on Kittle's reception.
Kittle, we need Tongus in this thing. We need Hughes in this. We need
You're going to need about 6 or 7 different receivers. Yeah.
We need everybody, man. We need everybody. Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Okay. I got Philly, though.
Sorry. My money would be on Philly.
But my heart is Niners. But we expect you to take. We expect you to take the 49ers.
Brandon. See, the Niners running it. We're going all the way now.
As a Bear fan, your heart. As a Bear fan, I want the 49ers to win tomorrow because I'd rather see y'all in Soldier Field than I would like to see Philly in Soldier Field.
Bro, y'all are one and done tonight.
We are.
I know you were cooking. You were cooking for the last meal of the season. Y'all are
he's buying. He's buying Rosati's for the last.
I'm buying Rosati's. I'm not cooking anything. I'm gonna buy some Rosati's pizza.
You're not making your
extra Packers cheese on it.
Hey, and you know what?
Extra Packers cheese.
Yep, we're gonna have some cheese. Do you guys like Doritos? Do either of you like Doritos? Brandon, you're not a big chip guy, so I'm not sure if Doritos are your thing. But
yeah,
I love Doritos. Doritos have a new thing now. They're called naked Doritos, and so there's no dyes. Like you get the nacho cheese. And there's no like nacho cheese all over your hand.
I don't like it.
Just like a tortilla chip.
I don't like it.
It still has the
flavoring. That's what sucks.
Get the naked chips. I'm telling you, they're
man.
Really
I like the cheese off of my fingers. I like to lick the Cool Ranch cheese off my fingers.
I like the multigrain Tostitos.
Way to come in all healthy. Way to come in.
Multigrain. That's a whole different conversation. My goodness. All right, Lauren.
Hey, you started it.
We've got 2 more games to go over. The biggest one is going to be tomorrow night, obviously, for Lauren Morales as his New England Patriots in a game that'll be in the 30s and possibly some rain there in Foxborough. They take on the LA Chargers. What say you about this game, Lauren?
Sounds perfect. Sounds like a perfect game in January in Gillette. Man, we're going to come out and check another box. Been saying it all year. Check the other box. And that box this time is Harborough. I'm not worried about the Chargers. I'm worried about that guy. I'm worried about that coach they got. He's going to come in. He's going to go at Vrabel, right? This is what Vrabel's focused on. It's a chess match right now. The difference is we got Drake May. You got Justin Herbert, who's banged up. He's got, I would say, almost no O-line. You got your running back, but teams don't run the ball well against us. You can try, and most do. It's not happening. We're running the ball super well. Ramondre was just AFC Offensive Player of the Week, who's back, fixed the fumbling problem, hasn't fumbled since week 4 or 5, something like that. We sat him down a little bit, made him rest. You still got Henderson running the ball. We're just too much. We're just too much for the Chargers. I think it showed in any team that we come out with. We strike fast. We strike quick. The defense hits really, really hard. it's just not a bad matchup for them. I don't know why they sat all those players. I don't know why they sat all those players.
Are the Patriots the Cobra Kai of the NFL?
They strike fast, strike hard, baby. No mercy. No mercy. Ask Jackson Dart. What happened when he was flirting with the sideline. So Herbert's not going to be running around.
Go ahead, Brandon. I know you.
Not happening.
We know where Lowe's going with this game. Where are you going with it?
My man is fanboying right now.
Hey,
I love it, Lowe. Hey, you've been spoiled forever. So here's a spoiler here. Do you realize you've only beat one playoff team this entire season? And it was the Panthers.
Say it again.
Yeah,
say it again.
Panthers. You beat one playoff team.
They're not even really.
You not beat a good team.
Do you know how many top 15 defenses that we beat? 6.
Do you know how many top 15 defenses Stafford beat? 4. You beat 1.
Wow, he went deep into the well.
1. He been waiting on that one. He has to have the ammo. Look, you can't
fight your schedule,
bro.
We can't control who you play, and more importantly, you can control how good you are. We're just a step above everybody right now. So anybody
Hell
no.
Look, y'all are good, but y'all ain't played nobody. And now we're about to see you play somebody.
So we played the Ravens.
Rookie quarterback going into a situation where he has to be Tom Brady. He has to replicate that. The pressure is all weighing on his shoulders. And you got this hungry ass 6'5" kid out of Oregon that just got their teeth kicked in. And he's like, hey, man, I got to represent and go from coast to coast and get my first playoff win with my buddy Harbaugh. We miss you, coach. But are they going to get it done? Hell no. Patriots going to win.
Let's do it. Yeah.
They're going to win it.
You got Patriots?
You see, I just like hyped it.
Absolutely. I knew where he was going with it.
Well,
I knew it.
Listen,
when the dust settles and all that,
and when the dust settles, it's going to be your run game and your defense that are going to have the impact versus Drake May. I don't see Drake May having that impact. They are going to focus solely on him.
Doesn't have to. I want to touch on something you said. You said that Drake May needed to be Tom Brady-ish, right? And I agree with you. But we're talking about the first dynasty's Tom Brady, where you just let the defense and team do its thing. Don't go out there and that's what he's been best at all year. He only had 2 games.
That's a no-name defense out of Christian Gonzalez. That's called the no-name defense for real.
No-name offense too. Out of we only got 2 Pro Bowlers.
Hold on. You got all Pro Bowlers on our team. You got
we
Henderson.
Only got you got 31-year-old off of ACL. Hey, that's cool. But only 2 Pro Bowlers on the team now. Only 2 Pro Bowlers.
I just don't think you're going to blow the doors off this team like you think.
I think it's a really quick.
It's a playoff team.
I think we're going to look up, and next thing you know, it's 24-7. 24-7, real quick, and then it just coasts from there.
I'm going to say 17-24.
Okay.
Oof. I think y'all win, but I think it's going to be, we're going to have to play a little bit like, oh, shit. Like this.
A healthy Charger team coached by John Harbaugh is a better team than
they're not healthy.
Patriots. But they're not healthy.
No matter.
You're right. They're not.
And they're
John
not better.
Harbaugh is not going to flinch in this game at all.
I think he's going to try to do everything in his power to rattle Drake May.
Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert's not
might as well play quarterback.
Herbert's feeling better than he's felt all year.
Of course he is. After 1 week. Of course
better than he's felt all year. That being said, he has no protection. That's a fact. The whole team is just a mess. The defense is better than it has been. I think the Chargers are ahead of schedule. I think the Patriots are ahead of schedule too, but I think the Patriots
way ahead of schedule
at home. If this was in LA, maybe a different story. But I do think the Chargers will go put up a fight, and the Patriots will win this game in the fourth quarter.
Put up a fight. Ouch.
There will be a fight.
We'll know how this game is going. It'll be over right after halftime.
Oh,
the first series of the third quarter is going to show you exactly how this game is put to rest.
Okay, sure. What you said.
But have fun watching the first half.
Last game of these playoffs this weekend. It's the Texans going to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh obviously kind of backing their way into this. The great thing about this game for the three of us, none of us have a dog in a fight outside of Aaron Rodgers. And so this is a game that we can truly be objective about and really think about who can win, who's going to lose, and why. So, Lauren, I'll come to you. CJ versus Aaron Rodgers. What do you have in this matchup, and what do the quarterbacks need to do to win, and who will pull it off?
Yeah, man, I'll keep that. I'm excited for this game, first of all. I'm actually excited for this one. I want to watch it because of Aaron. That's what it is. And everyone knows I'm not a CJ Stroud fan. So one thing CJ Stroud has to do is just show me that you could be a sustainable quarterback. You said it earlier. Texans have to play complementary football because if you let Aaron start catching his groove, we already seen how he starts wheeling and dealing. DK's back. I got Aaron coming out on top with this one. I say Aaron because it's Aaron, and these are the Steelers right now. That's kind of what's going on. And Tomlin is letting them ride that. And that's what I love about it. This is what you do when you have an Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. You let him do his thing, and you support him where he can. You went off on saying Tomlin's all clapping, and all he does is do all the other stuff. Right, but that's the leader of men. That is the leader of men, if you ask me. Next, Vrabel's right behind, but that guy right there, it's crazy. He makes the postseason every time. Oh, right on cue. He hasn't won the last few. I think he's hungry. He wins this one at home. I don't think he goes much further after this round, but I think he wins and takes this one over CJ Stroud and the Texans. I don't care how good that defense is. There's a pedigree in Pittsburgh, and it's defense, right?
This
is
is
defense.
telling you, man. Loss to the Patriots, loss to the Jaguars, loss to the Browns. That was Baker Mayfield, by the way. Lost to the Chiefs, lost to the Bills, lost to the Ravens. Just L. I don't put a lot of credence into Mike Tomlin on game day. You're 100% right. I don't remember the last time I saw him say anything into the headset, but that's okay. We surmise that his work is done long before the game happens. Brandon, looking at this game, Steelers-Texans, what do either quarterback need to do to stand out to win this game, and who do you see pulling this game off?
Woo! This is a tough one because Rodgers is 500 in playoffs. So I look at that record. I'm like, well, you've had good teams in the past, which you've been one and done quite a bit sometimes. Can't get over the hump, but you have Mike Tomlin, who ain't won a playoff game in 9 years. That's a little scary. So
hadn't had a quarterback.
Because it's motivation for both of these guys. Hey, we haven't been relevant forever, right? Of course, you're relevant amongst your peers, but as far as the playoffs and just having that impact, do they find a way to get over the hump together? I don't think so. I think this Texans team's too young and talented. I think this Texans team is very hungry. I think you have a DeMeco Ryans who is motivated to be amongst one of the top coaches in the league, despite taking over a team that he played for in the franchise, and what that dark cloud was over. And they've been in playoffs last 3 years since he's been there. So I think they find a way to get out of the first round. I think they find a way to get a hump. CJ Stroud has had a couple of playoff wins under his belt. That defense is playing fire right now. They got a good run game. But if they get to Rodgers, man, I think they're another early exit, and we go on the drought. So I got the Texans by 10.
Texans by 10. Good.
Man, hit me with the weather. Remind Newhy of where they're playing and what the weather is like.
All right, let's see.
I don't care. They played indoor and got blew out by Detroit. I don't believe them.
Well, they're going outdoors.
They haven't given me enough to just believe the Steelers got it. Now, if the Steelers play that last 3 minutes that they played in the last game, that Steelers team would win. But honestly, I think Aaron Rodgers plays it too safe. He plays
DK's
it too
back.
safe. He's got to cut it loose, let it all out. If he does that, then yes, the Steelers could walk away. But I just don't think that's in his DNA. And I think right now that they recognize that's an old man Rodgers, they're going to try to blow the doors off of the Steelers.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Could DeMeco Ryans be the new Mike Tomlin?
Baby.
Could DeMeco be the new Tomlin?
I don't know. Could it be? But we're listen, it's Monday night game. It's going to be 30-something degrees, probably be in the 20s on Monday night. There shouldn't be any moisture. DK Metcalf is back. The Texans have probably the number one pass rush that we've seen over the last month, basically killing other opposing quarterbacks week in and week out. CJ Stroud, to me, though, is a guy that I can't trust. I don't trust them in a playoff game. If they win the game in Pittsburgh, to me, it would be in spite of CJ. But I look at Aaron Rodgers, and I look at him the same way that I look at Matthew Stafford. Twilight of his career, this is probably the end for him. You saw the touchdown pass last week where he does the little jump celebration. It was good to see that out of Aaron Rodgers. I think he's coming with a bunch of gusto, a bunch of young energeticness. Who knows if he went into a cave maybe at some point this week to get himself ready. But I look for Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers with DK Metcalf to pull off a big win. It could be their only win in these playoffs. But I look for Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf to get it done Monday night.
It's hard for me to say that, gentlemen, because the last time they lost a game was November 2nd. We forget about that. They're on an 8-game win streak, fellas. They're on an 8-game win streak, and they lead the league.
It's easy for me to say it because he went to Ohio State, bro. I can't.
New season. It's a new season now.
I mean, I'm not saying it's all about CJ because it's really not. I mean, they've been averaging probably 23 points, but they're the number one team in against points. They were one of the number one teams against third down conversion, and they're offensively, they're the number one team in third down conversions. That wins games, and they have been playing at a very high level since early November. Since they lost to Denver on the 2nd, they've been on a run. So we don't really talk about them because historically they're the Texans, right? This is a new era. This is a new chain of guard, and you don't think they're sniffing for their first playoff win since their 24-year existence?
They can sniff.
They've been sniffing. You said it best. They've been sniffing. Oh, look, 0-6 on the road. Yeah, 0-6 on the road. CJ Stroud is not that guy. He's not that guy on the road. He's comfortable.
We're not banking on CJ. We're banking on the defense. We're banking on the run game.
I don't bank on the defense because you got a 42-year-old vet. I said this when Flacco was playing top defenses and he performs well. The blitz and rushing, heat him up, man him up. That doesn't work against the vets that are still in the game.
But you gotta pin your ears back with your front four. Your front four's got to win. And what has been the complaint this year? He can't stay up. He's already got a broken hand. He's still playing.
He's gonna let that thing rip early. I don't.
He's gonna let it rip. But I think the Texans handle business. CJ drops his gonads. I think they have an opportunity to steal and walk away with
if this was on the road, if this was at home, if Aaron was on the road and this was at home for CJ, I would flip 100% because I don't think that CJ could mess up enough, right? But I think he has a couple early mistakes that allow Rodgers to get that edge that he likes. And you're going to see some 10 to 12 play drives from Rodgers that are intentional. Like, man, you had the go route. Yeah, but I'm going to take this 5. I'm going to take this 6. I'm going to take this 7. Here you go, Gainwell. I'm going to dump it, dink it, all the way down to where Rodgers plays defense with his offense, right? I'm going to keep this defense out here. I'm going to tire them out. And by the end of the game, that Texas defense ain't going to want nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf. That's just how I see this rolling, simply because of the setting. They're in.
Have you seen the corners of the Texans?
Yeah. You can only have one on DK. Okay.
If you say
they worried about DK,
absolutely.
They're going to get his mind out of the game.
Nah.
And he went on a rant, get kicked out.
He went in the cave. He went in the cave with Aaron Rodgers, and they did some ayahuasca.
That's right.
I hope so. They coming out
ayahuasca ready to roll.
That's right. Ayahuasca.
It's going to be a battle. But
today's a perfect day for Rodgers to go into an ayahuasca bath. And then he doesn't have to play till Monday. So it's a perfect day. I'm sure they're not doing anything in Pittsburgh, maybe watching some film. I bet you Aaron Rodgers is clued into that Bears-Packers game today, though. That's a game that he's going to be watching tonight. I'm going to be watching it. We're all going to be watching it. The first game starts at 3:30 today on Fox. That's the Panthers hosting the Rams. Then tonight for the nightcap, you've got the Bears and the Packers. That game's on Prime. So there you go. Now you know where the games are going to be. I'm super excited about it. Guys, if you get tired today, because it's going to be a long day. 3 games, 3 NFL game, playoff games. Get you a doobie or a dubby, maybe a doobie and a dubby. But this is an energy drink, Jitterless. If you guys haven't had it yet, Brandon, Low, I think you have, but this stuff is so good. Make sure you go to our website. You can go to w.gg/discount/QB Huddle, and you get 10% off on this stuff. It's really
you got
delicious.
A ton of flavors over there. You got more than me, Tim. I'm all out. Tell me what. Do me a favor. I'll bring the doobie. You bring the dubby to practice today. I want to try it out. I want to see what it's like in an active setting. Bring it.
Active setting. Yeah. No jitters. That's good because we can't have you throwing interceptions around at practice today with a jittery
Not like CJ. Not
Not like
CJ Stroud
CJ will
will.
be thrown in Pittsburgh. That's right. That's going to sum it up for us today. Any last words from the two of you as we go off into the playoff landscape for 2026?
Go Niners, baby.
Nothing.
Go Pats. Yep, I knew it. Go Pats.
Bear down, Chicago Bears. All right, that's going to do it for this very special Saturday morning edition of the QB Huddle Podcast. Guys, we're going to be back here Tuesday morning at 11:30, like we always are, to break down all the things that we saw over the weekend and talk about the games coming up. Maybe, although I could almost, Swami can tell me that you could probably see us here again next Saturday morning, because there will be games next Saturday afternoon and Sunday as we go into the divisional games. So, but we'll see you back next Tuesday morning, 11:30, to talk about all the stuff that we just said was going to happen. Let's see how good we are. Look out for the shorts. Make sure to subscribe so you get all of our content. Until Tuesday, enjoy the playoffs and keep those chains moving. We'll see you. Go Bears. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Put up the fight with the mic so fiercely.
Here y'all go.
Bear
It's go Pats,
down,
go.
Chicago
Come on, y'all.
Bears.
Go
They sing that
Pats, go.
cowboy song for us.
Y'all know what's up.